Hi fabulous students, welcome to my channel where I discuss all things language arts and the art of the essay. Today we're going to be looking at how to write a conclusion. Okay, every time I assign an essay, students will ask me, what's in the conclusion? I forget what's supposed to be in the conclusion. Okay, so I'm going to tell you I have three conclusion hacks, but first we're going to describe what not to do with your conclusion. Okay, so you don't want to write, do not write in conclusion. Don't do that. Do not write in summary. Never write in closing. Or never write as shown in the essay. These are not good starters. They're very beginner, and we're not going to be discussing. I'm showing you how to take things to the next level. Okay, so for timed writes, those essays that you are writing in class, okay, where there's that 55-minute time frame for you to write, your conclusion is going to be okay with 2 sentences, maybe 3 sentences. For take-home essays, where the conclusion, where your paper's a little bit longer, your teacher expects a little bit more with the conclusion, okay, then we're looking at about 3 to 4 sentences. Okay, and but basically the longer the essay, the longer the conclusion. Does that make sense? Okay, so what do you put in your conclusion? If you look around the internet, if you ask English teachers, the advice they always give is restate the thesis. But you know what? It's good advice, but it doesn't work, and I'll tell you why. Because students don't restate it, they repeat it. And restate and repeat mean entirely different things. Okay, so how do you restate a thesis? Here is hack number 1. Change the wording of your thesis by using synonyms, and change the order of the thesis. Okay, so I'm going to, of course, give you examples because I believe examples are the best thing. Okay, so, but when you change the order and you use synonyms, it doesn't hear like you're just regurgitating the same thesis that the teacher just read in the 2 pages ago. Okay, so I'm going to give you some examples, and the sentences will come in here so you can kind of see them. All right, here's an example. The cultural tensions in Children of Blood and Bone mirror modern-day racial tensions in America through interpersonal and intrapersonal conflict and allegory. That was an actual student thesis. Okay, so how do you turn that into a conclusion? You say battles, personal, political, and allegorical, in Children of Blood and Bone reflect current race and ethnic struggles. So I took it and used synonyms. Okay, I also moved the order of the thesis, subject, opinion, plan. I moved that around and I changed almost every single word. So it's restate it, not repeat it. Okay, let's move to the second sentence of the conclusion. So that would be the first sentence, restating, not repeating. Okay, the second part of the conclusion, you would need to write a thoughtful or reflective or introspective understanding directly related to the thesis and your essay. I know you're thinking, oh no, I don't have one. All right, but you do. Yes, you do. So here's hack number 2. Go back and look at your body paragraphs. And for every body paragraph, think in your brain, if you need to, write them down on a piece of paper on a side margin. Think of 2 hashtags, okay? Think of 2 hashtags for that particular body paragraph, okay? Do that for every single body paragraph. The hashtag can be a noun, it can be an adjective, it can be a phrase. They just can't be the same, okay? So now what you have here, when you've done that, is you have a bunch of different hashtags that you can look at. All you have to do now is turn those hashtags into a statement. That's it. Okay, I did this with a real student essay. I read their essay and I looked at their different paragraphs, and I came up with, for their particular essay, I came up with hashtag ideological, I can't even say that, ideological conflict, hashtag fear, hashtag persecution, hashtag call to action, hashtag rebellion, hashtag realistic, hashtag unjust. Okay, so now I have my hashtags, and all I need to do now is create the second sentence for my conclusion. So the sentence that I created was, ideological conflicts in the novel, as in the world, often lead to rebellion and unjust persecution. Bam. Okay. Now, I didn't use all the hashtags. I didn't use call to action. Why? Well, this wasn't really a traditional call to action essay, but if you, as the writer, or the reader of the novel and the writer of the essay thought it was, you can just simply add something like, let's see, you could write like, Adeyemi's fantasy novel is Adeyemi's fantasy novel a call to action? And if you thought it was, you could state that it was a call to action if you thought so. But if maybe you're like, I don't know if it was a call to action, it felt like one to me, you could also say something like, Adeyemi's fantasy novel may be both a call to action and a cautionary tale. Okay, so now you've got 3 sentences going. Okay, so let's take a quick review and review the 2 conclusion sentence hacks I've done so far. One is to totally reword your thesis using synonyms and changing the order around. Okay, the second is to create hashtags, about 2 hashtags for each paragraph. Then look at those hashtags and write a sentence, or even 2 if you want. Sometimes that you'll feel that will inspire you. The third conclusion hack, it could be your 3rd sentence, it could be your 4th sentence, is think about, what did you learn about when writing the essay? Okay, so you wrote this essay, you had all these thoughts. What did you learn from writing the essay? And you're going to do this without writing what I learned. Okay, so let's continue with the conclusion example that I gave you. And here would be the whole conclusion. Battles, personal, political, and allegorical, in Children of Blood and Bone, reflect current race and ethnic struggles. Ideological conflicts in the novel, as in the world, often lead to rebellion and unjust persecution. Adeyemi's fantasy novel may be both a call to action and a cautionary tale. It takes brave people willing to die for a cause to stop injustice. Bam. You've got a solid conclusion. So let's recap the 3 hacks, okay? 1, totally reword the thesis, okay? Reword it using synonyms. That's kind of what, restate means. It means to just use synonyms and then change up the order of your thesis, okay? Second is to create 2 or more, if you want, hashtags for each body paragraph and turn it into a sentence or 2, okay? And 3, think about what you learned from writing the essay. That's it. You've got a solid conclusion, okay? If you need help in language arts, or you just fell asleep during my lectures, you can subscribe. You can give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you tap that notifications buttons. And thanks for listening, and work on those conclusions. Bye-bye.